Hey guys, welcome back to your channel. In this episode, I'm gonna just talk about something light. As in previous episodes, I have talked about something serious. So in this episode, I'm gonna talk about something fun. So today I would like to talk about what makes sense to you, makes no sense to other people. When I was studying in the UK, I have found that there's many things that's normal for Japanese people is not normal for other people from other countries, or vice versa. For instance, when I was studying in the UK, I had some Muslim friends, and one of them asked me whether I drink alcohol or not, because in Muslim countries, the Muslim prohibits people from drinking alcohol. And she asked me, do you actually drink? And I said yes. And then she said, won't you get addicted if you drink alcohol? And I say, some people do, but I don't, because I can control how much I can drink. And I know my limits, so it's fine. And she seemed to be surprised to hear that. But as I continued my study in the UK, I found that quite a lot of people in the UK do drugs. And then I have asked them if they won't get addicted. But they say it's fine. Some people do get addicted, but I can control and I know my limits, so I don't get addicted. And then when I heard that, I remember my Muslim friends asking me, won't you get addicted to alcohol? Because for Japanese people, drinking alcohol is quite normal. You can find alcohol anywhere, even in every convenience store. And of course in every supermarket. But in Japan, drugs are considered to be quite bad and it's strictly illegal. Even weed is strictly illegal in Japan. But for those who are living in Western countries especially, like Netherlands, marijuana is legal. For those countries' people, I guess drug is just how Japanese people consider alcohol is like. So they think they can control it. That's why they don't think they will get addicted. So here you can see the layers of what's normal for your country and what's abnormal for some other countries. And another example is that about the sense of time. When I was studying in the UK, I found so many people are quite chilled about time. So whether they're late for a meeting, they don't feel that sorry. And most of the time, Japanese people are so strict about keeping time, being punctual. So if you're late for meeting up, it's most likely that the Japanese people will get upset. But when I was in the UK, many people were late for 40 minutes, 1 hour, whenever I went for a house party. When they say it starts at 8 and then we go there around 8:30 and no one's there. And then from 9 p.m. people start to come, show up. And then from 10 p.m. finally people start to filled up. So it's quite different, the sense of time in Japan and other countries. But when you're living in a society like Japan, where it's common sense to keep promise, keep the time, then if someone breaks the rule and be late, then the other will get upset. But if you're in a society where you don't expect too much toward other people for keeping time, then you will not get upset even though they're late. Or you yourself will also get late all the time. And I quite got used to it when I was in the UK, and then after I went back to Japan, I had to readjust myself back to the Japanese normal. So some people's normal is some other people's nonsense. And for instance, me and my husband is Indian, I'm a Japanese, and I have found so many differences between us in our customs when we are living together. For instance, he likes rainy days and cloudy days, which was so weird for me in the beginning, because I guess in Japan or also in many other countries, people like sunny days, people don't like rainy days. But I guess in India, it's too hot and always sunny. So when it rains, people get really excited. And I even heard Indian kids will go out and play in the rain. So whenever he said, oh, it's a nice weather today, it's always cloudy or rainy. But now I also start to like rainy days. I also start to feel it's quite chilling and relaxing. And I now like the sound of raining as well. And also, I was surprised when he was stepping onto tatami with his slippers. You know what tatami is? Tatami is like a Japanese traditional carpet made of glasses. You know those Japanese traditional floor? And Japanese people don't step on it with their slippers on. But I guess, of course, there is no tatami in India, so he was stepping on it with his slippers. And I got surprised in the beginning, but now even I step on to tatami with my slippers. And also, he always go out to balcony with his slippers on, and then after that he will step on my yoga mat. And I used to be upset seeing him wearing the same slippers, stepping everywhere. I guess Japanese people are quite OCD about this stuff. They even have different slippers for toilet, and which we don't have in our house, but I'm sure in many Japanese people's house they have special pair of slippers only for the toilet area. But it's funny, when you live with someone, you tend to compromise a lot, and what you were surprised in the beginning, or what you were upset in the beginning, has become your new normal now. Just like me stepping on to tatami with my slippers these days. And also one thing I got surprised was that my husband, when we were still dating, when I went to his house, he had no tissue papers. He had no plastic wraps to wrap those leftover food. And I think in India people don't really use this kind of stuff. Maybe it depends on family to family, but at least he told me that in India people don't really use tissue papers or toilet papers or plastic wraps. So he never used it before he met me. But then I bought some tissue papers and plastic wraps and started to use, and then he found these are useful, and now he also are using them so much. So I guess depending on the environment, what's normal for you always change. And another thing I found interesting about him is that he always have to put a cup of water beside his bed every night. I don't think Japanese people do this, and I never done it. But it seems it's normal for Indian people. I'm not sure. If you're watching and you are Indian, please teach me, send me some messages. But I guess in India it's so hot even at night that you will feel insecure if you don't have any water besides you. So he always had to put a cup of water beside his bed. And also he's quite OCD about checking the gas, if the gas is closed or not. That's because I heard one of his aunties got burned from the gas explosion in her house in India. That's why I guess he is traumatized about that experience, and he always have to check if the gas is turned off every time we go out. And these are the things I found interesting about him. And also what's normal for you changes from over time. For instance, we now use dishwasher every day for washing the dishes, but when we recommend dishwasher to our parents, they always say, oh, we don't need it because we can wash by hands, which is more reliable and fast. But I guess as the technology develops, many things that your parents' generation think is normal, it's not normal anymore. We think dishwasher is such a convenient device that everyone should use it. And many other new appliances, I guess in the future, it might change the way we live our lives. So today I have covered some light topics. Someone's normal is some other people's nonsense. And if you have some ideas that you want to share with me, please send me a message on my Twitter or to my Gmail. Thank you so much for listening. Bye bye.